She got the brakes beaten off of her. She had 9 turnovers and was just an awful. If you watch the game, she was awful. We need to quit celebrating these little distinctions.
What if I told you that Angel Reese's so-called dominant double-doubles might not actually be telling us the whole truth? The story fans have been sold about Reese's stats is starting to fall apart, and honestly, it's raising some uncomfortable questions. Sure, the numbers look clean, but when your team is still getting blown out by double digits, are those stats really as impressive as they seem?
I am so tired of hearing about Angel Reese and her double-doubles.
On the surface, double-doubles sound like the ultimate flex. 10 points, 10 rebounds. It's supposed to scream dominance, right? Fans see that box score and automatically picture a superstar putting the team on her back. But here's the reality. That number doesn't always equal winning. It looks shiny next to a player's name, sure, but does it actually reflect impact on the court?
And so Angel Reese is the double-double queen. They got the brakes beat off of them last night by the Minnesota Lynx. Angel Reese's double-double, I think 11 points, 11 rebounds, was meaningless and insignificant.
Angel Reese has built a whole reputation on stacking those double-doubles, and plenty of people argue it makes her one of the best in the game. But here's where it gets messy. Those numbers aren't telling the full story. And lately, the gap between what her stats suggest and what we're actually seeing on the floor is too big to ignore.
She now has 2 double-double streaks of more than 10 games or 10 games plus. She had one last year, now she has one this year. She's the first WNBA player to ever do this.
Take that recent matchup against the Minnesota Lynx as a prime example. Reese finished with 11 points and 11 rebounds. Check, another double-double. But if you watch the game, you know her team got smacked by more than 20 points. On paper, she delivered. In reality, those stats didn't move the needle at all.
And there's major fallout from last night. Angel Reese had another double-double, and last night was as fraudulent as the rest of them. They are literally celebrating a double-double, lost by 20, and it was a god-awful game from Angel Reese last night.
And analysts wasted no time calling it out. One put it bluntly, we've got to stop hyping up meaningless milestones. Ouch. But they weren't wrong. This wasn't some random off night either, it's becoming a trend. Reese's double-doubles almost act like a shield, giving her praise even when her actual impact is questionable. Because here's the truth, you can grab rebounds all day long, but if those boards don't actually translate into winning plays, what's the point?
Many of you are stat watchers, you're not game watchers. We've reduced sports to just watching box scores and tweeting out our thoughts about box score.
The problem is, basketball culture loves a clean stat line. Headlines eat it up, fans repost it, and suddenly, it feels like gospel. That's what people call box score watching, focusing on stats instead of the messy, complicated reality of the game. And when it comes to Reese, the turnovers, the missed rotations, and the questionable decision-making often get lost behind those shiny double-doubles.
But let's quit pretending like this is some sort of history we're seeing from Angel Reese with these double-doubles. It's not. It's a nice little stat that's pretty irrelevant, doesn't lead to victories.
Double-doubles might be fun to brag about, but they can also act like a highlight reel that hides all the lowlight. Against the Lynx, Reese looked fine in the box score, but in the actual game, those numbers didn't mean much. Instead of proving dominance, they almost worked as a distraction from the bigger issues. And trust me, critics are noticing.
I mean, it's no longer like a thing. Seriously, she has corrupted the points and rebounds double-double to the point it's nuts.
Some are even saying Reese's double-doubles are smoke screens, covering up weaknesses in her game. Sure, they are flashy, but zoom in on the clutch moments, and the cracks are obvious. Rebounds can't erase bad defense. 10 points can't cover for missed reads. And that's where the criticism really cuts deep.
Nobody's dumb. We can tell we're being gaslit by the WNBA, the media. It's horseshit. It's crazy. The fraudulent double-double streak.
Because here's the bigger issue. These double-doubles might actually be distracting fans from what her performances are really saying. And spoiler alert, it's not all positive. But if you think this story ends with just her on-court struggles, think again. What's unfolding here goes way beyond basketball.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion.
That's the question people are asking. Are Angel Reese's double-doubles just smoke and mirrors hiding the bigger flaws? Critics don't think this is just about numbers anymore. They are pointing to missed layups, sloppy turnovers, and poor defensive reads as proof that the stats don't match the reality. Reese might look elite on paper, but the game film tells a whole different story.
They lost by 20-some-odd points last night to the Minnesota Lynx. The Lynx pretty much controlled that entire game. Angel Reese was no factor. We need to quit celebrating. Oh, she got a double-double. Well, yeah, they kept her in the fourth quarter when they were down by 20, and she, got a bucket or two and got to double-digit points.
Let's talk receipts. In that same Lynx game, Reese piled up 9 turnovers. 9. That's the kind of stat that'll have a coach ready to lose it. Yes, she still finished with 11 points and 11 rebounds, but those mistakes cost her team dearly. No double-double in the world can erase that.
Angel Reese was back to doing Angel Reese things. Blowing layups, getting her own rebounds. They turned her into a point forward. She had 9 turnovers last night. I think her plus-minus was minus 19.
Every time her team tried to build momentum, she killed it with another bad pass or force play. And yet, the conversation still circles back to her double-double streak. It's wild. Those mistakes played a way bigger role in the loss than the rebounds did, but the narrative doesn't reflect that.
She has no skills. She has energy, she has an attitude, she'll rebound you the basketball. Great. Nothing.
One analyst didn't mince words, saying, "These double-doubles don't matter if they don't come with good team play." And looking at Reese's recent track record, it's hard to argue. Then there's the issue of her missed layups. And listen, this isn't just a random bad night here and there. It's happening often enough that people are starting to question how reliable she really is inside the paint.
I get it. She's a great rebounder. As she has improved, she shot 4 of 8 from the field last night. And look, we focus in on Angel Reese's missed layups, but if you watch the WNBA, everybody misses layup.
Those missed layups aren't just frustrating, they are momentum killers. Every time she blows an easy bucket, that's points left behind and a fast break opportunity for the opponent. For someone who's supposed to dominate near the rim, that's a huge problem.
Let's hopefully end this whole fake double-double deal where they're feeding her the ball at the end of the games and she's getting garbage buckets. Let's leave all that alone. Just be a rebounding machine.
And it's making fans rethink whether her game relies more on volume than efficiency. Then came the harshest take yet. One commentator flat out called Reese the most unskilled basketball player in history. Extreme? Absolutely. But the fact that someone felt confident enough to say it on air shows just how divided people are about her game.
Now she knows it to the point that even when she's on the basketball court, she's aware like, this ain't really my thing. Let me get this hot potato out of my hand and to somebody that knows what they're doing with it as soon as possible.
And here's another example critics point to. During a 3-on-1 fast break, Reese made a steal. She had a clear lane to the basket. Instead of going for it, she dished it off to a teammate. Sure, the play still worked, but analysts saw that moment as symbolic. To them, it wasn't unselfishness, it was a lack of confidence. A star player shouldn't be afraid to take the shot.
Down court with the basketball, 3-4 steps ahead of everybody, has an easy layup and throws it to the girl behind her.
These kinds of moments add up, painting the picture of a player who leans on stats to cover for deeper flaws. Between the missed finishes, the turnovers, and the questionable decision-making, Reese's game is becoming one of the most polarizing topics in basketball. And here's the kicker, her struggles may not even start on the court.
Again, the double standard, no standard. No standard for certain people, double standard for others. Again, the standards you set, that's what you really think of those people.
Because now people are asking, is Angel Reese putting more energy into her brand than into basketball? And honestly, it's not a random question. She's been popping up everywhere. Big photo shoots, brand endorsements, social media campaigns. None of that is unusual for star athletes, but for Reese, the timing couldn't be worse.
She's got self-awareness. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures and promoting things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Her game is already under a microscope, and these off-court distractions are just pouring gasoline on the fire. Case in point, her recent promo appearance with a major sportswear brand. It was flashy, it got clicks, but it also raised eyebrows.
I'm saying this in all seriousness. Angel Reese has self-awareness, and that will be a good thing. If she just wants to be the Dennis Rodman of the WNBA, she can have at it. She can go at it.
One commentator even suggested that the hours Reese spent on those photo shoots would have been better spent in the gym. And when you consider her recent on-court struggles, it's a tough argument to push back on. The perception is starting to form that she's prioritizing her image over her game.
Once again, this whole culture of the players, the media, the people that defend it, the players surrounding it, the players that are the coaches, they are the most unlikable culture in all of sports.
What's worse is how this off-court energy mirrors her play style. Critics say she defers too quickly, passing the ball off instead of taking ownership in big moments. Now pair that with her branding ventures, and suddenly it feels like a bigger issue than just basketball.
They want to point the finger at everybody over why nobody cares about us or likes us. That's why they just keep giving us more evidence over and over again.
One source even questioned if Reese's pivot to off-court opportunities is a sign she knows her game isn't evolving. That's a brutal take. But when you look at her recent performances, you can kind of see where they are coming from. The truth is, Instagram likes don't win championships.
Clearly, it's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash and provoking the backlash.
But here's the bigger picture. This isn't just about Reese. Her situation exposes the double standard women athletes face. In women's sports, there's always that tension between performance and marketability. Critics are quick to say moments like these reinforce stereotypes that women athletes care more about image than competition. And that's unfair, but it's the reality.
Whereas with Angel Reese, sometimes you find yourself scratching your head and wondering what the hell she's doing. Like that photo right there. Listen, I see the way you walk in the game. Just listen. She's a beautiful young lady. And there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA. But when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on. It's not going to work with people. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not going to work.
For Reese specifically, those moments where she's posting glam shots one day and missing rotations the next only make the narrative louder. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one word: commitment. She has the tools to get better, but fans want to know if she's actually putting in the work.
The Chicago Sky, they look perhaps worse than they were a year ago because people don't want to play with Angel Reese.
And as long as she keeps pushing her brand while the mistakes pile up, people will keep asking the same question. Does Angel Reese really care enough about basketball to evolve? The answer to that could completely reshape how we judge greatness in the game.
You have to be cognizant that no matter how you step out of your house, you are now Angel Reese. And you will always be picked apart, unfortunately. It comes with the crown.
Because here's the bottom line: basketball is about more than numbers on a stat sheet. Reese's double-doubles might look solid at first glance, but if they don't contribute to wins, what's the point? Like one analyst said, those 11 points and 11 rebounds felt meaningless and insignificant.
And there are literally graphics trumpeting Angel Reese's double-double. Like, that's the thing, the double-double. And I'm thinking to myself, what other player in the WNBA or the NBA would be given an edit or some sort of honor or accommodation in a game where they lost by 35?
These stats might give fans the illusion of dominance, but the actual game film tells a different story. So, here's the real question for everyone watching. Do we keep celebrating hollow milestones, or do we start holding players accountable for what really matters: winning basketball?